we're recording, are we? Oh, okay. I didn't really mean to press the record button. Hi, Capricorn. Haven't cleansed your space. Let me just do Let me do 3 quick dings. My loves. May as well roll with it since I hit the record button, I think. What are you up to, Capricorn? I feel really refreshed. I feel like eating watermelon, or you just bought a watermelon, or drinking some sort of watermelon drink, or lime, or I don't know, something really refreshing. Anyway, that's just by the by. If any of that applies to you, I guess Spirit's wanting you to wake up and pay attention. Or it could be more like a metaphorical kind of like fresh new energy that you're finding yourself in. I don't know. I'm going to start with tarot for you today. I'm going to look at past energies, current energies, and where these energies may take you, bearing in mind everybody has free will, you and other people. What deck are we going to go to, my loves? Hello, Betty. We're going to go to Lightseers. That's what we're going to do. Oh, let me just try and preserve my cat's dignity. Betty, darling. Litter all over you. At the end of the reading, I'm going to pull one of these oracle cards. They always just tie in so beautifully. It's just such nice messages that pick up on what's come up in tarot. Are you going to sit down? Yeah, good. It's a general reading, okay, so whatever comes up in the energies is what comes up in the energies. It's for you to kind of take what I'm saying about the energies and apply them to your life as you see fit. Okay, for you it might apply to whatever area of your life where it makes sense. If any particular themes do happen to come through strongly, I will let you know to the best of my ability. So we might be talking you know, stuff about love, spirituality, career, whatever might come through, and if it does, I will mention it. I'm pulling on collective Capricorn energy, okay? So whatever messages come through, they may not all be for you because it's collective energy. So take what resonates, leave the rest. Don't force anything to fit, okay? Your intuition is what's most important. These readings really are kind of a spark for your intuition. Some questions might be thrown up, some ways for you to consider thinking about things, some, you know, that sort of thing. I don't like really doing prescriptive guidance. That's the kind of style of my readings. If you're new here, I think you will get the idea. Oh, you are shedding hair all over me, darling. Right, let's get you some cards, all right? We'll try. How are we going to do this then, if you're going to be sat there with your bum in my face? Past energy for Capricorn, please. That's better. Just stay there. Past energy for Capricorn, please. Past energy for Capricorn. What's that watermelon sugar song? I don't know if that's like been on the radio. You've listened, like it's popped up recently on your radio, or why are these 2 cards turned? We'll take those. Or you're about to hear it after this reading or something. I don't know. I can't think how it goes. Anyway, what it is about bloody watermelons. Something about watermelons for some of you. Another past card for Capricorn, please. Watermelon Sugar High, is it, or something? I don't even know who sang it. You'll know the song I'm on about. Right. 3 of Wands, 9 of Pentacles, Knight of Swords. That's your past energy. Let me just let you look at those for a little while, because sometimes there's like symbols in the cards that can speak to you directly. I'm just drawn to this bird. I think it's a parrot. That great bird's actually a parrot. Okay, current energy please for Capricorn. Current energy for Capricorn, please. Oh, thank you very much. The Emperor is stuck to the Three of Cups reverse. They were all kind of stuck together, but they did fly out with some vigour. Future energy, please, for Capricorn. Future energy for Capricorn. Future energy for Capricorn. You're being stubborn here about not going backwards. Oh, what my cat's doing now. Found something that I put in the bin. Future energy for Capricorn, please. Future energy for Capricorn. You're very discerning here in your current energy. You've got 4 cards for your future, so be it. Right, let's look at the overall energy. Queen of Pentacles in reverse and Queen of Swords upright. You're quite up in your head and it's leaving you a bit ungrounded. I don't feel you're necessarily engaging with your kind of heart or with your instinct too much here. And I think it's related to not wanting to go backwards, not wanting to take some sort of step back in some sort of way, but we will more get into that. See, this Queen of Swords, she's got a cup here and it's kind of locked away. Feels like you're maybe locking away your emotions somehow. I mean, I think it feels very necessary to you though. I'm not categorizing it as a good or a bad thing. Sometimes it is, you know, sometimes taking the emotion out of the situation does allow for better decisions if it's in a way where you've sort of recognized the emotion and let it pass. But there is also a sense that kind of overthinking and going round and round with the thoughts is leaving you a bit ungrounded, a bit disconnected from reality, a bit disconnected from kind of day-to-day tasks, like boring tasks that you just have to do, you know, like the washing up and shit. I wonder how many times I've mentioned the washing up on this channel. Yeah, so just a slight imbalance there, I think. But in a sense, I feel Spirit saying to you, like, yeah, don't be emotionally reactive. It's correct to not be emotionally reactive, but at the same time, a bit too much up in your head. And it might be that you're predicting all sorts of outcomes and possibilities for future. You might be catastrophizing, is that a word? A bit. You know, the way humans do. And it's a kind of protective mechanism, and it's understandable. It's just that it might be you're spending more time there than in reality, than in the present. Yeah. So you're maybe being asked to spend a bit more time kind of in the present if you can, or find whatever activity helps you to do that. Let's look at your past energy now anyway, Capricorn. I like this. Feels like you're broadening your horizons. It feels there's a sense of expansion in these cards. There's a sense of you having taken action and seeing the results of your action. Like, things have definitely moved out of the planning stage here and into creating. There's just a slight flightiness about the past energy here. Maybe that's why I was drawn to the bird. I wasn't consciously thinking that when I said it. I mean, there's two birds. The Knight of Swords is quite flighty energy, though, really. That's where it's coming from. There is a bit of a flightiness. Almost like, I've achieved this, let's go on to the next thing. I don't know. Is there anything wrong with that? I don't know. It might be that you're not... some time could be given up to sort of enjoying what you've created. Because you see, the Queen of Pentacles has come out reversed on the bottom of the deck as well, you see. And when the Queen of Pentacles is in upright, she does do that. She does enjoy what she's created. She does allow herself to breathe for like 2 seconds. But it feels like you're being quite flighty here in this past energy and moving on to the next project. It may be that you've left some things a bit unfinished. Again, I'm not here to say, well, that's good, that's bad. I mean, it is what it is. Maybe you could come back and finish them later. Maybe they're not worthy of being finished anymore. It's your call, my loves. It's your call. Look at all these herbs. Oh, I said about mint, didn't I? I wonder if one of those herbs that's drying up there is mint. There's lavender there as well. Herbs. Right. Come on, you. Yeah, I know you want to help. Thank you. It was a bit easier when you weren't there, though. Sorry. Oh, God, your hair. Some of you might be saging. Might have saged recently. You see, with all these herbs. Yeah. Or you just might be quite into like herbal teas and like using herbs as self-care, part of your self-care. Yeah. Right. Current energy. I do feel like a lot of healing has taken place, or is taking place, and I feel like it's allowing you to be quite resistant to possibly something from your past. Okay, there's various explanations for this energy. Literally, some of you might have given up alcohol with this kind of stubbornness that's come over this Three of Cups card, which this Three of Cups card can have that kind of celebratory feel about it, that kind of getting drunk feeling about it, if I'm honest. Oh, God, yeah, and you've got that cup locked away. So, yeah, some of you, for whatever reason, may be in a period of sobriety from whatever alcohol. You know why that is. There's various different reasons why you could be choosing to do that, isn't there? For some of you, you could be consciously choosing to do it just for a temporary period of time, which people do. For some of you, it might be a situation where you know you can't ever go back to it. I feel that you are using willpower at the moment, a sort of stubborn willpower to not go back to that. But it does feel like you're doing it in conjunction with some deeper healing, so I quite like that for you. It's somehow, I feel like the temptation might have cropped up again. It might be something that actually was something that is long ago in your past, but somehow something's come up where it's presenting itself as kind of a possibility or a temptation, and so you're really having to bring out your willpower and perhaps revisit some things that need healing in order to sort of stay on top of it. For some of you, though, I feel like this Three of Cups feels like a past person. and you're very stubbornly refusing to engage with the past. You're stubbornly refusing to engage with past behaviours in some way, whatever those behaviours are. But for some of you, it relates to kind of sobriety. For some of you, it feels more like a personal or relationship. But of course, the kind of model of addiction can even apply in those situations anyway, because we become bonded to people even in quite an addictive way. So anyway, it's that sort of energy. So whether it's a person or alcohol or a substance, I don't know. But I think the advice from Spirit and what would help you would be to find a way of grounding yourself, and I feel like that's something that in the past you have tools that you use to help ground yourself in some way or be present in some way. Perhaps you, sorry, I need to stretch my back. Perhaps you have maybe let that sort of practice slide, whatever that practice is for you, whether it's a sport or a hobby or a meditation or something like that. Yeah. Let's look at your future energy. Yeah. It feels... I'm just thinking we've got the Three of Wands to the Two of Wands, and then we've got the Ten of Cups reversed. Oh, sorry, my back's rather hurting. It's odd. I wonder if some of you are actually in pain at the moment, physical pain, and that's really not helping with wanting to revisit this past, and it's really not helping with staying grounded if you're in physical pain. I can see that being a trigger for putting you in this place, actually. Interesting. So if that's the case, sorry. I'm sorry. I wish I'm not qualified to, give advice. But the universe sees you. It does feel a bit like a potential to backslide a bit here. But we already knew that. We already knew that from what we're saying, and you're recognising it anyway. So this is not some set in stone predictive shit, okay? It's just, yeah. You're already aware of this. Ten of Cups is disharmony. Two of Wands feels like a bit of a step backward from this Three of Wands expansion. It just feels like the the possibility of some sort of backslide is there. But if you recognise this energy, you know that that's something you always have to be aware of. So I feel like kind of the advice here is... Advice, it's not the best way of putting it. With whatever, it's coming from the Justice card and the Hanged Man. 10, 11, 12. Fancy that. But that's progress, isn't it? 10, 11, 12. So that's saying to me, actually, you can keep this moving forward in the right direction. Some sort of shift in perspective is going to help you. So you might think, because I feel like you've done a lot to intellectually understand this situation, to the extent that you maybe think, actually, there's nothing else intellectually for me to understand about this situation, but I think there is. I think that you could do some research that will provide you with even more sort of cognitive knowledge, if you like, that can change your perspective, and then you can sort of put that into practical... use it in some sort of practical sense. So yeah, definitely don't rule out the idea of learning more about your own patterns of behaviour. Don't rule that idea out. I'm going to say. I'm going to pull cards on this Justice in reverse. Yeah, every time I say that, I'm just like, oh no, I don't need to. This is a trigger. This is what, yeah. Because there's some sort of situation that feels unfair, and it could relate to you feeling in pain physically, something that's out of your control, but it could be another external trigger. And I think that's, I mean, I know this is future energy, but it all blends, and I feel like this is what has put you in this place here of having to work really hard to not backslide. I do see you working really hard. But yeah, it's some sort of unfairness. But it's also almost like the Hanged Man is trying to get you to see this unfairness in a different way. Somehow. Some sort of different perspective on this thing that feels unfair to you. So I don't know how that might resonate with you. Please take it as it resonates. Because, you know, if you're in pain out of your control, then of course that does feel very unfair. Like, who am I to say, yeah, get a fresh perspective on it, you know? But that message needs to come out for someone, so yeah. Cool. Tarot wise, I think I'm going to leave it there. Let's get a final card here for you. Final message, please, for Capricorn. Observer. Someone else has had this card on this round of readings. It was Leo. There we go. I'm going to read from the book for you, my loves. 49. Yeah, this is all about changing perspective. It's all about changing perspective. Yeah, I'll read it for you anyway. That's good, because I was kind of struggling with that message, so this will hopefully give you clarity. They always come through, these oracle cards, to give clarity on what I haven't quite managed to put into words. So that's good, isn't it? 49. Observer. Essential meanings: perspective, objectivity, neutral observation from a distance. But I do see you doing that. I do see you doing that, really, to quite an encouraging extent. You know, when I said a sort of about taking the feelings out of it, not in a denying the feelings way, but in that sort of a way. Anyway, let me get on with it. Most people see the world through a personal lens. They closely identify with their feelings and experiences, so much so that they come to believe that these are the only reality. There are times when you need distance in order to gain perspective and understand your circumstances from a more neutral vantage point. Now is one of those times in your life. This is a perfect moment for you to begin to do some exploring. I've lost my page now, I've lost my place. Instead of only considering yourself, consider what you need to understand about the conditions, people, culture and environment you're engaged with now. You'll be so happy you did. Illumination is the miracle you seek and will indeed find. I'm just going to show you this card again, just because in case there's anything on that card that speaks to you directly. There's a fox. I don't know if foxes might be significant to you. Relationship message. Sometimes you just can't see the forest for the trees in your way. Feelings can get all jumbled up, and often you hear one thing when a person says another. It can be like an echo of an unresolved past experience dubbed over your conversation. Take time out before you react. It's likely the other person has no idea how his or her words have affected you. Take a few step backs and lend understanding to the situation. Have faith in your connection and trust that you can come together. Take to higher ground now and cultivate curiosity about what you observe in yourself, in others, and in the landscape. You will find things much improved sooner than you know. And the prosperity message: it is an advantageous time for you to get some distance from what you're doing and see your work and your projects from a different perspective. The trick is to connect to the essence of your goals and aspirations while letting the form and timing be dictated by spirit. You may be too personally attached to an outcome and unable to see the miracle because it's not turning out exactly as you planned. Trust spirit. The perfect version of your abundance is right in front of you. Remain neutral and curious and watch the miracle unfold. But watch it unfold from a different perspective. This is a kind of a bit of a pause, a bit of a waiting, a bit of a all in good time. Yes, that ties in beautifully. Wow, I hope that makes sense for you, Capricorn. I really enjoyed doing your reading. I hope you got something out of it. I hope you felt understood in the world more than anything. I hope you just felt like the universe hears you, really. That's kind of what I'm trying to go for. If you did like the reading, feel free to give it a thumbs up. It just means the video gets put out in front of more people, for more people to see it. And similarly, if you haven't already subscribed, please feel free to do so on that count as well. It just helps the channel grow, helps me pick up on your energy for next time as well. All right, Capricorn, my loves, thanks for being here, and I'll catch you next time.